Okay, so here's a few more complicated examples and just some ideas on how to approach them. So at the top here I've got 2x squared a cubed all squared over x to the minus 3. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this squared sign. So I square everything inside the brackets, so that becomes 2 squared. Now x already squared, so that's x 2 times 2 and a to the 3 times 2 all over x to the minus 3. So I'll just write that out in full now. 4x to the 4 a to the 6 over x to the minus 3. Now notice I've got x's at the top, I've got x's at the bottom. So if you remember from the rules, if I'm dividing then I subtract. So what that becomes is 4x to the 4 minus, and I've got minus 3 here, so notice what I've done there. I've put the minus 3 from the bottom in brackets, and we've also got the minus that we're going to use because it's a division. And here I've still got a to the 6. And I'll just scroll a bit to the left. So then what I've got is, so that is equal to is 4, and then I've got x, 4 minus minus 3 is 7, a to the 6. Now that's the answer to that one. Main things from that one to remember are, start off by getting rid of what's the powers outside the brackets. Remember you multiply when you're a power of a power. And if you've got x's at the top and x's at the bottom of a fraction, it's the power of the top one minus the power of the bottom one. And don't forget, you can have, in this one it was 4 minus minus 3. So let's have a look at the second one. And for this one, remember we treat it the same as fractions. So I'll just write out a to b to the 4 over a to the minus 1 again. And as we would with any other fraction, turn that to a multiply, put b to the minus 1 at the top, and then a squared b at the bottom. And then I've got multiply the tops, a squared times b to the 4th times b to the minus 1. That becomes a squared. And remember now we're multiplying, so this is going to become 4, and it's going to be plus minus 1. And at the bottom here I've got 2a, so I've got a to the minus 1 plus 2, and then b. Scroll this way a little bit. So that becomes a squared. b, 4 plus minus 1 is 3, all over a minus 1 plus 2 is a, and just b on its own. And remember, so I've got a's and b's top and bottom. So what I can do with this one, I'll just scroll to the left a little bit. I'll just put that line back in there. A squared over a. Remember this is, essentially these have got powers of 1. So it's a to the 2 minus 1, which is 1. And b to the 3 minus 1, which is 2. Remember this one came from the 3 minus 1, 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. And this 1, which essentially you don't have to write, came from 2 minus 1, that 2 and that 1. So let's try another one. And for this one we've got 16 to the power 3 over 2. So when you get fractions like this bit here is a root. So that's telling me square root of 16 all cubed. If that was a 3, it would be the cube root. So I can rewrite this as the square root of 16 and then cubed it. So the first step, the square root of 16 is 4. Don't forget the cubed. And 4 cubed is for 1632, 64. And that's it. Just remember with these things that it's the number at the bottom becomes the root of this number here. So let's say if it was 25, that is just the same as saying the square root of 25. And then if I was to put something else at the top here, say a 3, then that would become cubed, so that would become 5 cubed, which is 125. Okay, hope that makes sense.